Hello, and welcome to r/Insaneparents. Our first story today is by Thea_Nat. So my dad doesn't understand boundaries and what's okay, way and not. Long story short, I was getting a birth control implant taken out. Numbing it didn't work, so that had a number twice, but no, not much. Dad, did you turn on like a faucet in your mommy parts? OP, excuse me? Okay, yeah, very, very short story there. Sorry I'm not that if it wasn't that entertaining. The whole time, I couldn't even really do a voice, because every time I read it, I just kept laughing. I just had to, just go through it, you know. Yeah. So, OP had some type of birth control implant or something, and she had it removed, from what I'm understanding, and her dad asked her something about her quote unquote mommy parts and or like running like a faucet or something. Uh, yeah, how old, what adult refers to that part of the human body, or, any type of animal with that part, whatever. Who refers to them as mommy parts to another adult? Or, I'm assuming you're an adult. Either way, OP, you seem to be at an age where, your dad or, anyone, whatever, can refer to your quote unquote mommy parts as what they actually are. It's just fucking weird. How does your response is, yeah, excuse me? Yeah, like, what else are you supposed to say to something like that? I don't know. I guess maybe you should tell them somebody should kick you in your daddy parts. There, I really don't know what else to say to that. Our next story is by Amino Disrespect. Guess I shouldn't have asked for a pair of Nikes for Christmas. So starts out with the dad. I'm sorry, but I refuse to support Nike. I will give you the money and you can do what you want with it. Really? Why? They are against hunting, and they made Colin Kaepernick their spokesperson. I'm out. I will not support Under Armour or Dick's Sporting Goods either. Seriously? Why those two? Yep, Under Armour makes camo, but openly does not support hunting, and Dick's stopped selling firearms and ammunition. What about Colin Kaepernick? What's wrong with him? The football player, right? Yes, he is the one who started taking a knee during the national anthem. He says he is an oppressed black man. He was raised by two rich white parents. He had a silver spoon in his mouth his entire life. Okay, okay. I actually used to hang out with people like this. I haven't been there in a while, but my granddad, he and we'd go up to like a coffee shop, we hang out. I hang out with him and his buddies, and he and his buddies are all like far right, some more than others. And like these people, like, they're gonna stop watching football or whatever because one guy is kneeling or whatever. And yet these are, the same people who will go and say, you have the right to do this, you have the right to do that. But no, really, it's only in their minds. You only have the right to do something as long as they approve of it, really. Like, as soon as you do something, that they don't like, they get all whiny and pissy, whatever, about it. Personally, and whatever, my opinion is, if you want to sit down during the anthem, if you want to kneel, whatever, I personally do not care. I'm trying to think of how to say this. Can somebody tell me the difference between kneeling for the flag, right, and kneeling towards the altar? As far as I see, it is no different. Last time I checked, kneeling was a sign of submission and respect. So how is it disrespectful? For as I know, I cannot tell. It I say you have your right to kneel if you want. I don't care. If you're gonna be butthurt over it, then I don't know. These are the same people who say that, you know, that men have to man up and all that, and like women should be in the kitchen and shit like that. And yet, as soon as somebody kneels for the anthem or the flag, they start crying like a little bitch. So, well, I mean, I don't start crying, but you get the point. I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. I'm not saying I hate my country. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying is that you can't, like, how's the saying? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, oh, man up or whatever, and then turn around and cry and whine and complain when somebody does something such as kneeling. Like, grow up. It's not hurting you. Somebody kneeling or sitting down, right, is not hurting you. That's not hurting you. Stop being a little snowflake, as you would call other people, right? Our next story is by Spin Starts Here. It really sucks that my mom dying isn't the worst thing about my mom dying. This is a family I'm having to deal with. Can you let us know what further details you have on your mother's funeral? What after the funeral service provisions are there? Food, drinks, time, venue. Seriously, it's been weeks since you last have updated us. You need to seriously drop the attitude and this expectation that I'm able to provide information as soon as you ask for it. You choose to not come to the event where I said this would all be discussed, and you choose to leave before those discussions took place. You have also ignored my explicit request to not be harassed outside of the group chat, and you've ignored Susan's communique that this would be relayed to everyone when it's confirmed. Back off, because I am not here for it. I don't need or want war and peace from you. I want facts. What are the arrangements for your mother's funeral? Thank you. I've just told you what the state of play is. Now fuck off. Boy, oh boy, you are so pathetic. It's a shame, but for the best. There's a blessing in everything. Thank you. What's pathetic is the fact that you are criticizing me after failing to respect multiple public requests to not be harassed outside of the group chat. And the fact that you didn't want to come to the group event where these details were all hammered out. You wanted to remind me that this is your sister, but you seem to forget that I am a person too who's had to shoulder a lot of shit from such a young age, and I am now having to deal with it all again, as well as this fucked up family. What's pathetic is the fact that you've offered less than the bare minimum of support to your nephew whose mother has just died, after a long and traumatic hospital admission that followed 3 decades of a very strained relationship. What's pathetic is that the fact that you seem to think that I'm at fault for all the things I had no control over and no responsibility for as a child. Are you going to blame me for social services feeling the need to get involved when I was 5 years old? Because that's the level of depth and shit we need to be addressing here. If you want to have the audacity to say I'm pathetic, that I barely seen your face, and you didn't even bother to tell me that my own mother was in hospital. She could have died on that day, and you didn't give a single fuck about me needing to know. But I came back during a pandemic to be with her, and you can't even drive down the road for a family gathering without having to be harassed by two people. You have no right to say I'm pathetic without a bit of self-reflection first. How do you think people evolved in their spiritual journey? Hardships make you break you. Nelson Mandela, President Lincoln, suffragette. Google their hardships. Check out Black History as well. Yes, you are angry. Yes, you went through shit. Are you a penniless alcoholic? Are you a drug addict? Are you homeless? No, you have a qualification, a driver's license. You have your five senses. You can use your qualification for public-private work. You can work anywhere in the world. I have been looking in the mirror for 30 years plus, and I am still looking. I could live a billion lifetimes better and still be looking in the mirror. Yep. I'm struggling to see the point you're trying to make. None of those positives you listed have anything to do with the very broken relationship I have with this family. And actually, yes, I was homeless when my mother made me homeless at the age of 16. I lived on the streets and I was penniless. Sure, you can turn that into a positive with what I've achieved since then, but you can't ignore everything that happened before that. And also, let's not forget that my graduation was the first part of two events I invited you to be a part of and that you threw back in my face. This being the second. In spite of everything that's happened in the past, you had your opportunity to make amends by being present, and you failed both times. Don't try to lecture me, because you know so very little about what I've been through up till now. The point of your message was to badger me into providing information about the funeral, and I've been very clear in not wanting to be harassed outside the group chat. Your source of information is that group chat, and it will be updated when there is an update. Wow. Holy shit, Pete. I don't really know what to say to this. Fuck your family, I guess, or this person in particular. Sorry for your loss, and just wow. I'm trying to think of a response besides sorry and fuck this person, but after reading all that, how does one respond? That was r/Insaneparents. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon of the channel. I have a $1 tier and a $3 tier. $1 tier, you get your name on a card that appears at the beginning and end of each video. Your name also goes into the description of the video. $3 tier, same thing as the $1 tier. However, I will also shout your name out and put a link in the description to one of your social medias of your choice. If you would like to buy a t-shirt or something, as you can see, there's a couple of t-shirt designs I have here on a coffee mug. Please consider checking out the Streamlabs shop. I also have a Redbubble shop where you can get like a wall clock and a sticker. And I believe also another t-shirt design they have there on my Redbubble. Links in that are all in the description below. I also have a Fiverr, so if you'd like to commission me for artwork to draw your own original character, please consider checking that out. If you would just like to, for whatever reason, donate to me, but you really don't want much in return, you just like, oh, you have like an extra dollar, whatever, then just consider donating through Streamlabs. It is very much appreciative. Here's something I've been meaning to do. Ramon Sermon bought one Thanatos 13 t-shirt. Yes, so Ramon Sermon of Wednesday 13 has actually bought a t-shirt from the Streamlabs shop. and I would like to thank him. Thank you all for watching. Good night, and das Sudania.